Doreen worked hard, trying to stay on top of the news, but found no mention of the gardener nabbed in the nasturtium bed. It tickled her fancy to label it that, even though she didn't know much about the poor man or his family. Or woman. What wasn't funny was Mac's attitude in keeping Doreen out of the loop, no matter who the victim. Mac could save her so much time researching on the internet. As an afterthought, Doreen wondered if that was not his whole intent, keeping her home tied to her computer. No matter. After her research, she always headed outside anyway. She stopped to think about the gender of the gardener again. Nobody ever said that the kidnapped victim was a male or a female. And did kidnapped mean the same thing as nabbed? She wasn't so sure. Maybe the gardener had been stealing something, and somebody had nabbed him in the act. She didn't know what that meant either. Either way, she was looking for any kind of news coverage, but so far it was mighty slim. But it got her thinking about other cases in town that might remain unsolved. What if somebody had been caught doing something, but when they were taken in for questioning, maybe they disappeared? Or maybe somebody was supposed to get caught but never showed up to commit a crime that the police had a tip on. Or maybe somebody was kidnapped and was never found again. All these scenarios kept running through her head, and, of course, that just brought her back to the stack of newspaper clippings about the Bob Small case. Finally, she gave up pretending to be disinterested, rose, pulled out the basket, and sorted the articles. Nan had said her friend had collected all these clippings, and that woman had clearly had a serious passion for it. Doreen didn't know exactly what it was that had brought Nan's friend to the point of following Smalls so much, but a quick text to Nan would hopefully get some answers. Nan immediately called her instead. As soon as she answered, Doreen said, "It was just a question, Nan." "Why?" she asked, sounding absolutely thrilled. "Are you on another case?" "I'm just thinking about studying this basket full of newspaper clippings that you had here from your friend." "Oh, my," she said. "That will take you quite a while to sort out. Are you sure you're up to it?" she asked, her tone worried. "It's a lot." "I'm fine. I'm recovering nicely." "Maybe you are," she said, "but you've been under a lot of strain lately, and I don't want you to overdo it." "Wow," Doreen said into her phone. "Are you sure you haven't been talking to Mac?" "No. Is he worried about you too?" Nan asked, sounding even more thrilled. "Of course he is," she muttered. "He always worries about me, even when there's no need to." "Of course he does. He cares, and anybody who cares worries," she said. "So you really should do what you can to not cause them to worry." At that, Doreen snorted. "In that case, I might as well crawl into a glass room and stay there." That tickled Nan, as she burst out laughing with joy. "Oh, I do like to hear your train of thought these days. You do think differently than everybody else." Doreen stared down at the phone. "I don't think I do," she said. "It seems pretty normal to me." "What's normal for you is not normal for everyone else." "Are you sure?" "How many people do you think are out there tracking down these cold cases?" "I'm intrigued every time I hear about these crimes, past or present. Most recently, it's because of the kidnapping that happened last night. I named the case Nabbed in the Nasturtiums, but if he was kidnapped, then he wasn't necessarily nabbed. It would be, if he was trying to evade somebody." Doreen said as she thought about it. "I guess that would work too." "Regardless," Nan said, "you haven't even told me about the case." "I've been trying to find some news coverage all morning," she said, "but it seems like Mac has managed to squeeze out the press." "So, tell me," Nan said, her voice and tone elevated. "You always have such interesting tidbits before anyone else does." "I don't really know anything, and you know I don't like to be kept out of the loop." "You might not like it, but Max sure wants to keep you out of it. He's only thinking of your safety, dear." "That may be," Doreen said in a grumpy voice. "Doesn't mean I have to like it." "Besides, that Bob Small stuff," Nan said with a sad note. "It tore apart a lot of people, especially my girlfriend."